Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. This is just a quick video explaining, announcing the details of the Mary L study group. Okay guys, so I've got my notes here in front of me just because I don't want to forget anything. I want to make sure that I'm giving you all the details that you need. So if you watch any of my lives or if you kind of follow the chats that have been going on, across the various Facebook groups, you'll have heard that I'm wanting to put together a study group where we take a deep dive into the Mary L Tarot deck. Um, so here are the details that I've come up with. We're going to do it on a monthly basis. Okay, there's going to be two options for you. So there's going to be a YouTube live, and that's going to take place in my usual time slot on the last Thursday of the month, the last Thursday of each month. My usual live, it'll be the same time, the same place. That's on my YouTube channel, but we'll use it for the Mary L study group to take place. Okay, so last first Thursday of the month at 9 p.m. until about 11 p.m. That'll happen. The other option is the Zoom session. Okay, so the Zoom session will take place on the Sunday preceding the the Thursday YouTube live. Okay, so the Sunday before the last Thursday of the month, essentially. So sometimes it'll be the last Sunday of the month, sometimes it won't be, sometimes it'll be the second last one. Okay, so it'll just be about, finding when the Thursday YouTube live is, and then finding the Sunday before it. So that's the best way I can explain it. The plan is to do this at 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. Okay, and all the times when I'm talking times, I'm talking in GMT, UK time. That's where I am, and that's the time zone that I work in. Um, what I will probably do is post a link post a link to the Zoom session, the Zoom link, in the Barely Balanced Tarot group. Okay, so this is Chris Yau's Facebook group, and that's where that's where quite a few study groups post their Zoom links to. Okay, so if you aren't already a member of that Facebook group, then please do go and check it out. Please go and join it so that you'll be able to get the link to the Zoom. And check out Chris's channel, Barely Balanced Tarot, and give him a wee sub while you're there. Okay, guys, so for example, the first Zoom session will take place on Sunday, the 25th of April, 2021, obviously, at 4 p.m. UK time. And the first YouTube live will be on Thursday, the 29th of April at 9 p.m. Okay. Um, so the sessions, both the YouTube session and the Zoom session, we're aiming to be around 2 hours long, roughly breaking down into two 1 hour parts. Okay, so for the first hour, the intention is that we look at the cards and break down the symbolism on them. And basically, together, we will contemplate the meanings of these cards, how the symbols connect to give the meanings, and what the meanings are. We're going to have to play it by ear a bit, as to how many cards we're going to be able to do in each section. Okay, the first session, or first couple of sessions, might be a bit of a pilot, just to see how many we get through and to see what seems like a good number. Um, when it comes to doing the minors, I would quite like if we were able to get four in one session, because I want to do, like the aces together and the twos together, so it would just be nice if we got, all of the aces done one month, the twos done the next month, etc., etc. But like I say, we'll play that by ear. In the second hour, the second part, we'll be, learning by doing. We'll be learning by doing readings. So we'll have sample questions. Now, it could be that people are invited to bring questions along. It could be that we're just kind of pulling a random sample question from a book or something like that. But we'll be reading for questions. We'll be pulling three cards for for questions. We'll do it in such a way that we get the cards that we're studying that month. And we'll, together we'll talk about what the, what the readings mean and such. Okay. So the intention is for the Zoom and the YouTube to be alternatives. And that's, for people who have a preference, whether that's a schedule preference or a platform preference. Some people might prefer Zoom, some might prefer YouTube or whatever. But of course, people are welcome to come to both, to one or the other. They're welcome to come to the Zoom one month, the YouTube the next month. You know, people are, I'm delighted for people to come and go as they please. I want this to be as kind of chilled out and relaxed as it possibly can be. But I just say that so that people know that we're going to be covering the same cards. So, for example, I said the first session is on the 25th for Zoom and the 29th for YouTube. So we'll obviously be covering like the full, I would hope the magician as well, maybe the hype, depending on how many we get through, we'll be covering the same cards in the Zoom for this month as what we will be in the YouTube live. Okay. So that's just for, so's that you know. And for anyone who doesn't want to kind of repeat the process, you probably only need to come to one or the other. But like I say, more than welcome to come to both. Um, so I've kind of touched on this already, but the aim is to go through the cards in order. Okay, so for the majors, we'll start from the full and work our way up to the world. All right. For the minors, like I'd said earlier, we'll probably try and do like the aces one month, the twos the next month, and the threes, etc., all the way up to the kings. And the reason that I'm doing it in order is so is that if people wish, they can read up on the cards beforehand. We've got a month to study the card that we know we're going to be doing, or the cards that we know we're going to be doing that month. Okay, so for example, we know that at the end of this month we're going to be looking at the Fool and probably the Magician. So that gives anyone who wants to be kind of forearmed time to read up on Marie White's book and see what she says about them. Any of the symbols you can read. Look up the symbols online, look them up in books and whatnot. I'm certainly going to be doing that. I would stress again, there's no need for anyone to do that who doesn't want to. Um, if you want to just kind of come along, there's not even any need for anyone to feel like they have to contribute. If you just want to come along and listen and take notes, that's absolutely fine. This is just for anyone who wants to come and actually kind of, bring their views to the table, bring their learnings to the table. Okay, so like I'd said earlier, there's no pressure at all. In terms of what I'll be doing, so I'll be studying the cards beforehand, and I'll most likely put together some sort of PowerPoint or graphic that we can look through, that we can look at together, that breaks down all of the symbols on each card, and tells us, gives us a rough idea of what these symbols mean, and then brings everything together to tell us what, essentially what the resultant meaning of that card is. Um, I do want to kind of, and this is quite important that I stress this. This is a collaborative learning session. Okay, we're all intended to be learners of equal standing, bringing our thoughts, our views, our learnings to the table. I'll facilitate it in the best way that I can, and that means that I'm going to try and keep the sessions structured, keep them driven. But I don't profess to be any kind of expert on the Mariel Tarot. So this isn't supposed to feel like me teaching you and everyone else, how to read it. It's very much a kind of altogether collaborative effort. Okay. So that I think covers everything, guys. If there's any questions, then please get in touch with me. Either leave me a comment in the comments section, or send me a message on Facebook. Email me. My email address is elementalcartomancy, all one word, elementalcartomancy at gmail.com. So yeah, any questions at all, please get in touch. Please spread the word. Let everyone know. If you're going to be sharing it in Facebook groups, some of the various Facebook groups there are, I would just ask that you have respect and regard for the rules of that group. Obviously some groups um, don't don't let us post about, it's really just kept to the stuff to do with that channel. And I want to have the utmost respect for that. So yeah, that's just something that I would ask everyone to bear in mind. But like I say, spread the word. Everyone is welcome. Um, and yeah, that's about it, guys. So that just leaves me to say thanks very much for listening to me ramble for what are we, just over 10 minutes. Um, please get in touch with any questions, and I'll look forward to seeing you all soon, guys. Bye bye.